Well, whatever the terrorists' intention when they released that horrific tape of the execution of American journalist James Foley, it has refocused U.S. policymakers on the danger the terror groups pose to the American homeland. Federal and New York police officials believe there may be dozens of Americans fighting in Iraq with Sunni Muslim terrorists. Today, the FBI issued a bulletin to U.S. law enforcement cautioning that their supporters could attack U.S. targets. We begin our coverage tonight with Bob Orr in Washington.
The threat is underscored in propaganda tapes featuring Americans fighting alongside terrorists inside Syria. This man joined ISIS.
And with these weapons, we'll kill the infidels.
And this Florida man became the first American suicide bomber to carry out an attack for Syria's al-Qaeda affiliate.
Know that Islam is coming and will dominate over you.
The U.S. government knows the names of a handful of American citizens who have linked up with radical Islamic fighters in Syria. But sources say the actual number of U.S. recruits is likely in the dozens. Beyond that, more than 1,000 Western Europeans have joined the terrorists, around 300 from France, and 500 from Great Britain, including the executioner who killed James Foley.
You're no longer fighting an insurgency.
Most, if not all, of the Western fighters have passports that would allow them to travel freely to the U.S. The FBI is tracking the radicals who are known, but former counterterrorism official Rick Nelson says it would only take one or two to slip through security.
These terrorists who are going to come overseas and conduct individual-style attacks, whether they're active shooter scenarios or explosive backpacks, those types of things are the greatest threat to the United States.
Intelligence sources say ISIS and other Syria-based terror cells do not have the capability to carry out a large-scale attack in the United States. But given enough time and operating space, the terrorists could present a global threat greater than that ever posed by Osama bin Laden. Joint Chiefs Chairman Martin Dempsey.
This is an organization that has an apocalyptic end-of-days strategic vision and which will eventually have to be defeated.
Now, sources say there is no credible information at this point pointing to an ISIS-related plot against the U.S. homeland. But officials, Bob, have incomplete intelligence, and frankly, they're worried about what they don't know.
Okay, well, thanks, Bob.